Alright guys, let's talk about XDC on the channel once again. Now it's been a while since I made a video on XDC. Actually, I made a video on the 6th of December and the title was something about it's ready to rip. And yeah, then we saw the market go down and now it looks like it's ready to rip again. Now, I believe the circumstances are a little bit different than December 6th, which is almost exactly 1 month ago. And I think altcoins are really primed right now to start taking off. We're seeing Ethereum, move now. But yeah, all of these altcoins are starting to move. For example, like SUI, BGB, a lot of these memes again are moving. So I think XDC is going to rip here. Now, if we, take a look at this in some way, we could entertain that this could be a flag. This was a trend line, by the way, that I had just drawn on that video, the last video, to show it had maintained that trend. Now, it did break down from that trend line, but let's take a look at this, and I just want to see if we can identify maybe a flag and a target here. So I'm going to do this, guys. Just bear with me for a second. Let's make this like this. I think this is close enough, guys. So let's just say that the flag starts somewhere down here on this big move and it ends up here pretty much. Now, if we're going to take a target, we have to take it from its last touch point on this line here. And guys, it looks like the target for XDC is going to be about 14 cents. Now, I believe that's going to come probably pretty quickly. If we see Bitcoin dominance, go down, it could happen this week for sure. Now, look at the volume profile over here, guys. This is getting to a point where there's almost nothing. Even if I zoom out, guys, this isn't really going to change. It's going to be harder to see this, though. Now, this isn't the full history anyways. If I zoom out all the way, yeah, you can see that here is that history. XDC actually goes back to 2019, guys. So yeah, I don't know where I can find the full history of XDC, but anyways, doesn't really matter. It's getting to a point where this is 2022. I mean, that's enough history, in my opinion, to go off of, and there's just very little volume up here. So I think XDC is probably going to start moving quite, a bit faster. So yeah, I do expect the 14 cent mark to be hit, very shortly, guys. Now let's take a quick look at the RSI and Stochastic RSI here on these time frames, guys. So the weekly time frame looks like it is pretty much overbought on the RSI, but it is coming down into neutral territories for the Stochastic RSI, and it looks like it might start to curve back up, which would give it momentum. Taking a look at the daily time frame, it looks like the RSI is still in good territory and it's curved up, so that's good to see. Now, it is overbought on the Stochastic RSI, but it can stay overbought for a while, guys. Look over here. I mean, if you see this, it was here for about a week or so. Now this has just got into this territory, so maybe it stays up here for a week, for example, and that pushes it to the 14 cent target. And finally, taking a look at the 4-hour, this is the final time frame I'm going to look at because BitGet's platform doesn't really work too well with my recording device. But anyways, it looks like it is overbought on the RSI, and the Stochastic RSI is starting to, come into this overbought territory. Although it is, to the upside, it can stay in this territory for, it looks like a day or so, maybe a couple of days if we go back in some of this recent history. So yeah, it's just getting up in here. Now, with that information, guys, that I'm talking about with the RSI and Stochastic RSI, it's kind of a mixed bag here. Honestly, I would say it's going to cool down just a little bit before maybe continuing in the next day or so. And it's starting to look like there is a little bit of pressure coming from, you know, the upside. You know, so it's pressured to the down, and you can see these wicks, you know, these recent wicks here, and this is the 4-hour time frame, guys. So I think it's going to cool down, in my opinion, but or you know, we could go sideways a little bit before continuing back up. You know, the longer time frames didn't look too bad, but it's kind of a mixed bag, and I'm just going to say, you know, that is probably going to consolidate under 10 cents. Even, you know, that's a psychological value too. You know, 10 cents doesn't sound as good as what it is right now at 9.7 cents, you know, for many people. It's another round number. You know, 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. You know, these are all kind of resistances until you get up to $1, and then it's $2, and then it's $3, then it's, you know, $10 and whatever, so on. You know, $100. Same with Bitcoin, guys. When it got to 50,000, it took it a long time to break it. So this is kind of a psychological level again to break at 10 cents. So I do think it's going to kind of hit here for just a little while and then continue. Taking a look at the Twitter of XDC Network, guys, I couldn't find anything that really pushed this, you know, this push up and just in the last few days. So I'm not really sure why XDC is going up, except that, you know, Bitcoin dominance is going down. So people are buying altcoins, and I think that's just the reason why. Now, as I said, guys, I said most of this information when I was recording, you know, the video in the beginning. But yeah, like I said, you know, all-time low is down here. We'll never see that again, of course. I wasn't even in crypto at that time. Actually, today is 4 years since I got into crypto, so it's kind of my birthday. But anyways, the all-time high, like I said, 19 cents. So still, you know, like I said, almost a 50% discount at the moment. So if you want more, guys, it's not a bad deal, I think. And yeah, so let's move on to Bitcoin. So as you can see here, guys, Bitcoin is getting a nice little weekly candle here. It's taking out the previous week. Now let's put this on a daily time frame. You can see that we've been green for 6 days in a row so far. You know, so that is nice to see. We are kind of consolidating and finding support here at about $98,000. If I zoom in, you'll see this a little bit better. So we finally, on Friday, broke above this level. We have maintained it. We are creating a tiny CME gap, though, at the moment. And I don't think it's really much to worry about. But, yeah, I think tomorrow we may come down a little bit, close the gap before moving up. So 99,000 is what we need to claim, basically, on a daily time frame. So that's, you know, probably I would say tomorrow we will continue upwards. We do need to get above this local high here at about 99,500, and then it's 101,200 basically. Now, as you can see, Ethereum actually got a green week last week, whereas Bitcoin didn't, and it's having a nice week this week. It's going to close in a few hours. Let's see if it can close really above, what is it, 36.53, let's say. We are very close, guys. This is a weekly resistance, but if we can get over this and close a candle on a weekly time frame above it, great. Now, saying that, we have already taken out the 35, 34 mark. I don't think we're going to, you know, see any, you know, number under that tonight in the next couple of hours unless something goes drastically wrong. So I do think we could eclipse this tonight, but it's very close. We still have a few hours, and we just have to wait and see, guys. But we have, it looks like, let's put this on the daily. Yeah, we have tried today and yesterday to really break above this level. So yeah, let's see what Ethereum can do. Let's see how strong it is, guys. After that, basically it's the top of this Fibonacci that we have to break through at 3830. Now I'm going to skip the market cap on this video just because it's getting quite long, and the Bitcoin dominance is more important, guys. You can see that, the past few days we've gotten red candles. However, today it's green. It's trying to break above the 56.9 mark on a weekly time frame. All of these green lines are weekly time frames. So if it holds, the 56.9 on a weekly, that's not good, guys. But, let's put this on a week time frame. So we have actually dropped. And if we zoom in here, and we've retested this 58.09. We just couldn't break above it. So we broke down. We broke down below 57.55. So yeah, we do have something to kind of celebrate. We retested this, failed, fell through this line. Looks like we're going to hold it. I don't expect in the next few hours that we're going to shoot up past 57.55%. But it would be another major win if we could get below, this line here at 56.9. However, it's a little bit above it, quite far, I would say, just to have a couple of hours left in the day, and on a weekly time frame, probably going to hold it. But we'll see. Next week, we may fall through. I believe we will, actually. Now, taking a quick look at the altcoin season index, guys, it's the same as last night, 53. Despite the dominance, moving up a little bit. Now, I don't know how often they change this, as I've said before, but in my opinion, my altcoin bags haven't really suffered too much. Yeah, it's a few hundred down from, for example, last night, but nothing major. So yeah, it could still be a 53, in my opinion. Now, if we go to Fear and Greed, let me refresh this. Okay, yeah, it's good. So it's 72 today, 73 yesterday. It's just kind of floating around here, 72, 73, 74. Nothing big, no major movements here. So that's actually kind of good. I do hope we go down a little bit more, though. Now, if we talk about the Pi Cycle Top Indicator, guys, I'll zoom in real quick, but still not close. But you can see, guys, it is curving up. So it will eventually reach it. It's probably going to take still several months. I say at least 6 months. But anyways, guys, crypto bubbles, things are mostly red at the moment, with a few winners, but yeah, I mean, it was a little bit more green earlier when I looked at it. But for the most part, these reds aren't too red usually. Now, Fartcoin had a huge day yesterday. I know that. Virtual also. So yeah, I mean, these things are naturally going to, have their pullbacks. AI16Z, I think huge day yesterday. So yeah, naturally it's going to have its pullbacks, guys. Now, if you want to go to a website and look for your staking for some of these coins, go to Coinondo. For example, type in BTC there. You'll find a list of places. You'll see the number of days you have to actually stake it, the limits. Be aware, read everything, guys. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes. So yeah, just be careful. You don't want to get stuck in a position that you can't get out of when you're ready to sell too. So keep that in mind. Me, personally, I'm doing flexible or maximum like 30 days. Now, I want to say I did stake my BNB for the mega drop for 60. I went, against my gut feeling. I said I would probably do it for 30, but I did 60. I want to be clear. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.